महागणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नूतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। निःश्रेण्यो ब्रह्मलोकस्य वाग्देव्याः कर्णकुण्डले धर्मद्रुममहामूले वाल्मीकिव्यासयो कृति कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वं मरोगताम् अजाढ्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने रामनामवरानन ॐ नमः इति. Yes. So now we had started Ayodhya Kanda. So screen share ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Yes. Chapter 2, Sarga 5. Yes. Namaste, Radhika aunty.
Namaste.
Yes, chapter 2, subchapter 5, Sarga 5. ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಹಿಂದೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್ ಹಾಯ್ ದೀಪು. ನಮಸ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎಸ್, Sumitra Lakshmana arrived there before Sita was brought. So chapter 2 ಅಯೋಧ್ಯ ಕಾಂಡ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮನ ಪಟ್ಟಾಭಿಷೇಕ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಂತ ಮಾತುಕತೆ ನಡೀತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದಶರಥ ಹೇಳಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾನೆ ರಾಮನಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಎಸ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ರಾಮ ಫೈನಲಿ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ರೂಲ್ ಓವರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅರ್ತ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೀ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪೆರಿಟಿ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಅ ರೆಫ್ಯೂಜ್ ಇನ್ ಯು. O Saumitri, enjoy all the desired objects of pleasure and the fruits of this kingdom. I wish to remain alive and desire this kingdom for your sake. Having addressed Lakshmana in these words, Rama greeted his two mothers and took their permission. With Sita, he left for his own residence. So, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಅಯೋಧ್ಯ ಕಾಂಡ 5ನೇ ಸರ್ಗ, ಸಬ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ 5. ದೀಪು ಓದ್ಲಾ?
ಓದಿ ಬಾಬಾ, ಓದಿ.
ಹಾಂ, ಓಕೆ. After instructing Rama, the king summoned his priest Vasishtha and told him about the consecration the next day. O store of austerities, go to Kakutstha and make him fast. For the sake of prosperity, fame, and the kingdom, make him observe the rites together with his wife. The one who was supreme among those who knew about the Vedas agreed to what the king had said. The illustrious Vasishtha himself went to Rama's residence. He reached Rama's residence with the pale radiance of a thick cloud. The supreme among sages passed through the 3 chambers on his chariot. The footnote, the sense is that ordinary people would have got down from the chariot at the outer gate and proceeded through the 3 chambers on foot. So he is very illustrious, so he went by chariot only. Showing respect, Rama quickly came forward to greet the rishi. He emerged from his residence to show honors to the one to whom honors were due. He swiftly approached the learned one's chariot and himself grasped him and helped him descend from the chariot. On seeing Rama, the one who brought pleasure, The priest spoke these words, bringing him joy and delight. O Rama, your father is pleased with you, and you will become the heir apparent. With Sita, you must fast today. When it is morning, the king will anoint you as their heir apparent. Your father Dasharatha is pleased with you, as Nahusha was with Yayati. 21. Nahusha was Yayati's father. Sorry, Yaro, I think somebody came online. Sushmita. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Sushmita. Welcome. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Having said this, the sage made Rama, together with Vaidehi, observe the vows of fasting accompanied by the associated mantras. Rama worshipped the royal preceptor. Having taken Kakustha's leave, he left Rama's residence, that is Vasishta. Seated there, Rama spoke pleasant words to his well wishers and was congratulated by them. Taking their permission, he entered his own house. Rama's residence was radiant, full of delighted men and women. It was like a lake populated by herds of crazy elephants and blooming lotuses. Vasishta emerged from Rama's residence, which was like the royal palace. He saw that the roads were full of people. In every direction, Ayodhya's royal roads were crowded with large numbers of people. Large numbers of curious people created a melee. As those large crowds met, there were sounds of joy. The royal roads were resplendent and seemed to roar like the ocean. All the roads, flanked by garlands of trees, were sprinkled with water. So, water, these were avenues lined with trees. Okay. Flags were raised in all the houses in the city of Ayodhya. Please join Apurva. Hi Apurva, welcome, welcome. Yeah. Okay. All the people who resided in Ayodhya, women, children, and disabled, wished that the sun would rise so that Rama's desired consecration could take place. ನನ್ನ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಇವತ್ತೊಂದು ಚೂರು ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ ಆಡಿಬಲ್ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ
Yes, yes.
ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ
Clearly audible.
ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾಕೋ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ನನಗೂ ಕಾಟ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಓಕೆ ಸರಿ
ನಾನು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೆ. We were supposed to reach by this time. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ I would have continued to read.
ಹಾಂ ನೋ
ಅದು
ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್
ದಾರಿದು ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ನಾನು.
ಸರಿ ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಶೋರ್ ಓಕೆ. So, all the people who resided in Ayodhya, women, children, and disabled, wished that the sun would rise so that Rama's desired consecration could take place. People were anxious to witness that great festival in Ayodhya, which would be like an adornment for the subjects and would increase the delight of people. Those crowds and large masses of people along the royal roads created obstructions like a vyuha. A vyuha is a battle formation. Slowly, the priest reached the royal residence. He ascended up to the palace, which was like the summit of a mountain, tinged by a white cloud. He went and met the king like Brihaspati meeting Shakra. On seeing that he had come, the king got down from his throne. He asked him and was told that all the rituals had been observed. Taking his preceptor's permission and that of the large number of people, the king left them and entered his inner quarters, like a lion entering a cave in a mountain. That best of residences was full of a large number of women. The residence was like the great Indra's abode. As the king entered the beautiful residence, it seemed to become even more resplendent, like the moon in the firmament, surrounded by a large number of stars. Okay. Chapter 2, Sarga 6, subchapter 6. When the priest had left, Rama controlled his mind and bathed. With his large eyed wife, he approached Narayana, figuratively. So, Narayana is the our worship ಮಾಡ ದೇವ್ರ ಥರ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಐಡಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೋದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ. As is recommended in the ordinances, he placed the vessel of oblations on his head. He then rendered these oblations into the blazing fire as offerings to the great God. For his own good, he then partook of the remainder of the oblations. Meditating on the god Narayana, he lay down on a mat of kusha grass. Vaidehi was controlled in her speech and controlled in her mind. With her, the son of the supreme among men slept in Vishnu's beautiful shrine. Shali Vishnu's beautiful shrine, ado. There was such a shrine inside the palace. This image is now believed to be in Srirangam. Srirangam Mallira, that image, and that is what was there in Rama's palace, in his palace. So he awoke when one yama of the night was still left. That is, a yama is a period of 3 hours. Since it is made up of three yamas, the night is known as Triyama. Oh, okay. So the night is of 9 hours. He arranged that all the decorations should be made in his house. He heard the pleasant words of Sutas, Magadhas, and Vandis. 28. A Suta is a bard, a Magadha is a minstrel, and a Vandi is one who sings words of praise. Vandis probably did not compose anything themselves, while Sutas and Magadhas did, the former focusing on stories and the latter on rendering these into songs. Basically, composers or Sutas, Magadhas, and Vandis. Okay. Seated and controlled in his mind, he meditated on the chants for the morning Sandhya. He bowed his head down and praised Madhusudana. Madhusudana, okay. He Madhusudana and Vagyaro. That would be Vishnu ಅಂತಾನೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದ ಮಧುಸೂದನ.
Yes, Vishnu only.
But Madhusudana happened in which yuga? It happened in Dwapara Yuga, alva? This is Treta Yuga. So ಆ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಮಧುನ ಸೂದನ ಮಾಡಿದ ಹಾಗೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನ. You know how that came here.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಇರಬಹುದು.
ಮಧುವನ್ನ
ಆ
ಮಧು
ಶಬ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಅರ್ಥ ಇರಬಹುದು.
ಇರ್ಬೋದೇನೋ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು.
ನೋಡುವ.
He bowed down his head and praised Madhusudana. Okay, now attired in clean and silken garments, he made Brahmanas utter words of praise. Those sacred chants were deep and sweet. Ayodhya was filled with the sounds of trumpets being sounded. With Vaidehi, Raghava had fasted. On hearing this, all the people who resided in Ayodhya rejoiced. All the residents of the city had heard that Rama would be consecrated. On seeing that night had turned into morning, they again arranged for excellent decorations on the summits of temples that looked like peaks with clouds around them, at crossroads, along roads, in sanctuaries, and in mansions. In the shops of traders, filled with many expensive objects, in the handsome houses of prosperous families, in all the assembly halls and all the visible parts of trees. Colorful flags and pennants were raised. Large numbers of dancers danced, singers sang. Words that were pleasant to the mind and the eyes were heard. On the occasion of Rama's consecration, people conversed with each other. As Rama's consecration approached, they did this in squares and houses. Large numbers of children were playing at the entrances to the houses. They too spoke to each other about Rama's consecration. On the occasion of Rama's consecration, the citizens made the royal roads look splendid. They sprinkled flowers there and burnt incense and fragrances. Just in case night wasn't over, they had arranged for means of illumination, placing lamps in all the trees that lined all the roads. All the residents of the city decorated the city in this way. All of them desired Rama's consecration. Large numbers of them gathered in the squares and the assembly halls. They spoke to each other there, praising the king. This king, the delight of the Ikshvaku lineage, is great souled. He knows himself to be aged. Therefore, for the sake of the kingdom, he wishes to anoint Rama in the kingdom. Rama, who is favored by all of us, will become the Lord of the earth. He can see what is inside and outside people and will be our protector for a long period of time. His mind is not insolent. He is learned and has dharma in his soul. He is devoted to his brothers. Raghava is as gentle towards us as he is towards his brothers. Let the unblemished king Dasharatha, with dharma in his soul, live for a long time. It is through his favors that we have been able to witness Rama's consecration. These were the kinds of words that could be heard among the citizens. The people who came from different directions and those who were from the countryside heard them. People came to the city from different directions to witness Rama's consecration. On the occasion of Rama's consecration, the city was filled with people from the countryside. Large numbers of people moved around, and a sound could be heard like the roar of the ocean when it is time for the full moon. The city resembled Indra's residence. In a desire to witness the spectacle, people arrived from the countryside. In every direction, there was a loud roar like that of the ocean filled with aquatic creatures. Okay, chapter 2, Sarga 7. Kaikeyi had a maid who lived with her. She had come to her from the household of her kin. So, kin is from her father's household. Okay. Roaming around as she willed, she climbed up to the palace which looked like the moon. From the palace, Manthara looked at Ayodhya with all the royal roads sprinkled with water and strewn with lotuses and lilies. The entire palace was decorated with expensive flags and standards. It was full of people who had washed their heads and anointed themselves with sandalwood paste. On seeing a nurse maid nearby, Manthara asked her, "Why is Rama's mother filled with supreme delight? Despite being attached to riches herself, why is she giving away riches to the people?" Join Rashmi. Hi, Rashmi.
Hi. Sorry, I'm late.
No problem. Manthara entry ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಇದು.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you're saying.
ನಿನಗಲ್ಲ ಕಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂಥರ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು. Alright, so Manthara is asking the nursemaid, why is Rama's mother filled with supreme delight? Despite being attached to riches herself, why is she giving away riches to the people? Why are the people extremely joyous? Tell me, has the king done something to cause such delight? The nursemaid was extremely happy and seemed to be bursting with joy. Rejoicing, she told Kubja. Kubja means hump-backed, and this is how Manthara is described. However, Kubja also means a class of housemates, and Manthara need not have been hump-backed. Okay, so it could be both. Okay, so rejoicing, she told Kubja about Raghava's great prosperity. Raghava has conquered anger, and tomorrow, when it is the conjunction of Pushya, King Dasharatha will instate the faultless Rama as the heir apparent. On hearing the nursemaid's words, Kubja was filled with anger. She quickly descended from the palace that was like the summit of Kailasa. Manthara, evil in her thoughts, was consumed by rage. Kaikeyi was lying down. She went to her and spoke these words: "O foolish one, arise. You confront a great fear and are going to be submerged in a flood of calamity. Why are you sleeping? Why don't you yourself realize what is going to happen? You pride yourself as someone who is fortunate because Dasharatha loved her more." That's footnote 31. But harm is going to be caused to your fortune. Fortune is fickle, like the flow of a river during the summer. Kaikeyi heard these angry and harsh words spoken by Kubja, whose thoughts were evil. Overcome by great misery, Kaikeyi spoke these words to Kubja: "O Manthara, why are you not at peace? One can see that your face is distressed and that you are extremely miserable." Manthara heard Kaikeyi's words expressed in sweet syllables. Accomplished in the use of words, she spoke words that were full of rage. Desiring her welfare, that is Kaikeyi's, Manthara spoke words that enhanced her unhappiness. She sought to create dissension between the miserable one and Raghava. O extremely great queen, you are no longer at peace, and a miserable catastrophe confronts you. King Dasharatha will instate Rama as the heir apparent. I am submerged in fathomless fear and am full of grief and misery. I am being scorched as if by a fire. I have come here for the sake of your welfare. O Kaikeyi, my misery has become greater because of your misery. There is no doubt that my prosperity lies in your prosperity. You have been born in a lineage of queens and are queen to a lord of the earth. O queen, how can you not realize that there is a ferocity in the dharma of kings? Your husband speaks about dharma, but he is deceitful. Though he speaks gently, he is terrible. Because you are pure in your sentiments, because you are pure in your sentiments, you do not know that you are being gravely cheated by him. He approaches you and unites with you. He comforts you with futile words. Wherever there is a prospect of prosperity, your husband passes that on to Kausalya. The evil souled one has sent Bharata away to your relatives. With the obstruction out of the way at the opportune time, he will establish Rama in the kingdom. Like a mother, you desire his welfare. However, in the garb of a husband, he is your enemy. O foolish one, you have nourished a venomous serpent in your lap. King Dasharatha has acted towards you and your own son just as a snake or an ignored enemy does. O child, O child, though you always deserve happiness, he has comforted you with wicked and false words. With Rama established in the kingdom, you and your relatives will be destroyed. O Kaikeyi, the time has come to ensure your own welfare. Act quickly. O one who is amazing to behold, save your son and your own self. Hearing Manthara's words, the one with the beautiful face arose from her bed. She gave a beautiful ornament to Kubja. Having given that ornament to Kubja, Kaikeyi, supreme among women, again spoke these cheerful words to Manthara. O Manthara, what you have told me brings me great delight. You have recounted something agreeable. What can I do for you next? I do not see any difference between Rama and Bharata. Therefore, I am content with that the king is instating Rama in the kingdom. Thus, you deserve to be given something again. These supreme words bring happiness. They are agreeable and cause pleasure. You cannot possibly say anything that is more agreeable than this. Ask for a boon and I will grant it to you next. Chapter 2, Sarga 8. Full of jealousy, Manthara cast aside that ornament. Overcome with anger and rage, she spoke these words. O foolish one, why are you filled with delight? You are immersed in an ocean of grief, but are incapable of comprehending it yourself. Kausalya is indeed fortunate that her son will be consecrated. Tomorrow, at the conjunction of Pushya, the supreme among Brahmanas will confer greatness on him by making him the heir apparent. With his enemies destroyed, he will obtain great delight and fame. Like a maid, you will have to join your hands in salutation and present yourself before Kausalya. Rama's women, that is his wife and mother, Rama's women, will certainly be filled with great joy. However, your daughters in law will be unhappy at Bharata's destruction. On seeing that Manthara spoke these extremely unpleasant words, Queen Kaikeyi praised Rama's qualities. He knows about dharma. His preceptors have trained him in being controlled. He is grateful. He is truthful in words and pure. Rama is the king's eldest son. He deserves to be the heir apparent. He will have a long life. Like a father, he will protect his brothers and servants. O Kubja, on hearing about Rama's consecration, why are you tormented? After Rama has ruled for 100 years, it is certain that Bharata, bull among men, will obtain the kingdom of his father and grandfathers. Hey, put a wash ಮಾಡಬೇಕದು. O Manthara, O beneficial occasion, a beneficial occasion has presented itself now. Why are you tormented? Does he not tend to me more than he does to Kausalya? Hearing Kaikeyi's words, Manthara was extremely miserable. Her sighs were long and warm. She addressed Kaikeyi in these words: You do not see the catastrophe because of you do not see the catastrophe. Because of your stupidity, you do not realize it yourself. You are going to be submerged in an ocean of grief that is full of misery and hardship. If Raghava becomes the king, his son will succeed him. O Kaikeyi, Bharata will be excised from the royal lineage. O beautiful one, all of the king's sons do not inherit the kingdom. All of a king's sons do not inherit the kingdom. If all of them are instated in this way, there will be great anarchy. O Kaikeyi, therefore, kings pass on the various elements of the kingdom to the eldest son. O one with the unblemished limbs, they are instated even though others may be superior in qualities. This son of yours will be completely shattered and dislodged from this royal lineage. O devoted one, he will be miserable and without a protector. I have come here for your sake, but you do not understand me. When your co wife becomes prosperous, you desire to give me something. Shorn of thorns, when Rama obtains this kingdom, it is certain that he will banish Bharata to some other country or perhaps remove him from this world. Even when Bharata was a child, you sent him to his maternal uncle's house. Affection is generated through proximity, even if it is towards an immobile object. So, immobile object 34 is thus Dasharatha never developed affection towards Bharata. Oh, so they're stating in the Ramayana that Dasharatha never developed affection towards Bharata because Bharata was sent away to his maternal uncle's house. Okay. Rama is protected by Saumitri and Raghava protects Lakshmana. Their fraternal love is as famous in the world as that of two Ashwins. Therefore, Rama will not perform any wicked deeds towards Lakshmana. However, there is no doubt that Rama will act in a wicked way towards Bharata. Therefore, it is best that your son should go to the forest from the royal residence. 35. From his uncle's royal residence. That child, that is Bharata, Bharata deserves happiness and he is Rama's natural enemy. With one's own prosperity destroyed, how can one live under the subjugation of another person who has obtained prosperity? Like a lion chasing a herd of elephants in the forest, Rama is enveloping Bharata and you should save him. Earlier, because of your good fortune and pride, you slighted Rama's mother. Okay. The details are not known ante idರಲ್ಲಿ 38 ಗೆ. You slighted Rama's mother. Why will your co-wife not... Sorry?
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಲೈಟೆಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ
Slighted ಅಂದರೆ ಅವಳನ್ನ ದೂಷಿಸೋದು ಥರ. I mean, you sort of make her feel small, insult, ಆ ಥರ.
ಕೇವಲವಾಗಿ ನೋಡು.
ಕೇವಲವಾಗಿ ನೋಡೋದು ಅದೇ. ಹಾಂ.
actually I mean Kaikeyi is known to be a very strong wife character who dominated over other wives of Dasharatha.
ಸೊ ಅದೇ
Yeah,
ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Earlier, because of your good fortune and pride, you slighted Rama's mother ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ದ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ನೋನ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ರಾಮಾಯಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫುಟ್ ನೋಟ್.
Correct. I mean, she's the youngest wife, alva, the most youth, and she comes from a very prosperous kingdom. Yeah, so naturally more pride and looking down upon
upon others. Yeah, correct. Okay, so why will your co-wife not pursue that enmity? When Rama obtains the earth, it is certain that Bharata will be destroyed. Therefore, think of a means to obtain the kingdom for your son and of a reason to exile the enemy. Okay. chapter 2, Sarga 9. Thus addressed, Kaikeyi's face blazed with anger. With a long and warm sigh, she spoke these words to Manthara. Right now, I will quickly dispatch Rama to the forest. I will swiftly instate Bharata as the heir apparent. O Manthara, now think of a means whereby Bharata and not Rama gets the kingdom. Manthara, wicked in her thoughts, was addressed in this way by the queen. Desiring to cause injury and violence to Rama, she spoke to Kaikeyi. O Kaikeyi, I will tell you, listen to me. This is the means whereby your son Bharata alone can obtain the kingdom. On hearing Manthara's words, Kaikeyi arose a bit from her well laid out bed and said, O Manthara, tell me the method and the reason. How can Bharata obtain the kingdom and never Rama? Manthara, wicked in her thoughts, was addressed in this way by the queen. Desiring to cause injury and violence to Rama, Kubja spoke these words. There was a battle between the gods and the Asuras. The Rajarshi, your husband, went to help the king of the gods and took you along with him. O queen, he advanced in a southern direction towards Dandaka. That is the forest of Dandaka known as Dandakaranya. The word Dandaka means that people were exiled there as punishment. Danda. Okay. He advanced in a southern direction towards Dandaka. He went to the city of Vaijayanta where Timidhwaja was. He was famous by the name of Shambhara. Timidhwaja was one of Shambhara's names. Timidhwaja means one who had a whale on his standard. WHALE, whale. Okay. Yeah. That great Asura was conversant with 100 different kinds of Maya, the power of illusion. In the battle, he fought with Shakra and vanquished the enemy of the gods. King Dasharatha fought in that great battle. O queen, when he lost his senses in the battle, you removed him from the spot. Your husband was mangled by the weapons and you saved him from that spot. O one with the beautiful face, satisfied with you, he gave you two boons. O queen, your husband offered to grant you two boons. However, you told the great souled one that you would ask for the boons when the time came and he agreed. O queen, I did not know about this, but on an earlier occasion you yourself told me. Ask for those two boons from your husband, Bharata's consecration and Rama's exile for a period of 14 years. O Ashwapati's daughter, go and enter the chamber earmarked for you and exhibit anger. Without any spreads, lie down on the bare ground attired in dirty garments. Do not arise and do not say anything to him. There is no doubt that your husband always loves you. For your sake, the great king will even enter a fire. He is incapable of being angry with you. He cannot even glance at you in rage. To bring pleasure to you, the king will even give up his own life. The great king will be incapable of transgressing your words. O one who is foolish in nature, comprehend your own good fortune and strength. King Dasharatha will offer you many kinds of gems, pearls, gold, and jewels, but let your mind not be fruitlessly attracted to these. At the time of the battle between the gods and the Asuras, Dasharatha gave you two boons. O immensely fortunate one, remind him of those and do not get diverted from your own prosperity. Raghava will himself make you rise and give you those boons. When the great king is steady, seek those two boons from him. Rama must be exiled to the forest for 14 years, and the bull among kings must make Bharata the king of this earth. Having exiled Rama in this way, he will not obtain peace. However, with the enemies destroyed, Bharata will become the king. By the time Rama returns from the forest, your son will have obtained enough time to create a foundation for himself. He will have accumulated men and well wishers on his own side. I think the time has come for you to prepare yourself and cast aside fear. Persuade him to withdraw from his intention of consecrating Rama. What was undesirable appeared to Kaikeyi as something that was desirable. She happily responded to Manthara in these words: O Kubja, you speak about what is best. So far, I have not understood what is best. In using the intelligence to determine what should be done, you are the best among all Kubjas on earth. You are the one who has always been engaged in my welfare and have sought what brings me benefit. O Kubja, in determining what the king desires, my intelligence is not equal to yours. There are many Kubjas who are badly placed. They are extremely wicked and crooked. So, this still doesn't make it obvious that the crookedness is physical, though the succeeding shlokas do suggest this. Okay. However, you are beautiful to behold, like a lotus bent by the wind. Your chest is proportionate right up to your lofty shoulder. Below that, the stomach stretches out with a shy navel. Adorned with a golden belt, your hips make a sound. Your thighs are extremely plump and your feet are long. O Manthara, O one attired in silken garments, as you walk before me on your long thighs, you are as radiant as a swan. Your tall hump is as large as the front of a chariot. The intelligence of Kshatriyas and of Maya reside in you. O Kupcha, when Bharata has been consecrated, the Raghava has been consecrated, and Raghava has gone to the forest, I will adorn you with a golden garland. O beautiful one, when I am happy and obtain what I desire, I will decorate your hump with that well crafted ornament made out of molten gold. I will adorn your face with auspicious and colorful marks that are made out of molten gold. O Kubja, I will have auspicious ornaments constructed for you. Adorned in beautiful garments, you will walk around like a god. Your unmatched face will be like the face of the moon. Priding yourself above your enemies, you will walk around chief among the best. O Kubja, adorned in all kinds of ornaments, the Kubjas will always serve at your feet just as they do at mine. Kaikeyi was still lying on a sparkling bed like the flame of a fire on a sacrificial altar. Praised in this way, she replied to her. Manthara replied to Kaikeyi, O fortunate one, there is no point to constructing a dam when the water has left. Arise, act so as to show the king what is beneficial. The large eyed one was proud of her good fortune. This urged the queen, thus urged, the queen went with Manthara to the chamber where she showed her anger. The beautiful one took off the necklace that had hundreds and thousands of pearls and also many other beautiful and expensive ornaments. Kaikeyi was like a golden rod. Succumbing to the words of Kubja, she lay down on the ground and told Manthara, O Kubja, let it be known to the king that unless Raghava goes to the forest and Bharata obtains the earth, I will die here. She spoke these extremely terrible words. The beautiful one cast aside all the ornaments. Like a Kinnara lady who had fallen down, she lay down on the bare and uncovered ground. Having cast aside the garlands and ornaments, her face was only enveloped in anger. Despite being the wife of a king, she was distracted. She was like a star in the sky enveloped in darkness. Yeah, still have time. In on chapter Mavana. Chapter 2, Sarga 10. Having instructed that the arrangement should be made for Raghava's consecration, the great and powerful king entered the inner quarters to tell the one who should be loved about the good news. She was lying down on the ground there in a state that did not befit her. On seeing her in this state, the Lord of the earth was tormented by grief. He was aged, but his wife was young. She was dearer to him than his own life. She should be sinless, but her resolution was wicked. He saw her lying down on the ground. She was like a female elephant in the forest struck by a poisoned arrow in the course of a hunt. He touched her like a giant elephant touching that female elephant in the forest. Scared and bereft of his senses, He engulfed her in his arms. Desiring the lotus eyed woman, he spoke these words: I do not know why there is anger in you. O Queen, who has accused you or insulted you? O fortunate one, your lying down in the dust causes me grief. O fortunate one, why are you lying down on the ground as if you are unconscious? You are the one who disturbs the senses, yet your senses seem to have been possessed by a demon. There are plenty of accomplished and praised physicians. O beautiful one, tell me what ails you and they will cure you. Whom do you desire? Whom do you desire something agreeable to be done to? Whom do you desire something disagreeable to be done to? To whom shall I something agreeable? To whom shall I do something agreeable and to whom shall I do something extremely disagreeable? Will I kill someone who should not be killed? Whom will I kill and whom will I free? Who shall be made poor? Who shall be made rich? Who shall be given riches? Whose riches will be taken away? I and all those who are subservient to me are under your control. I am not interested in countering any of your wishes, even if it concerns my own life. Tell me what you wish for. The earth belongs to me wherever the wheel of the chariot goes. Addressed and comforted in this way, she desired to say what was disagreeable. She readied herself to make her husband suffer. O king, no one has insulted me, no one has shown me disrespect. There is something that I desire and it can be accomplished by you. When you know what I wish for, do it if you so desire. After you give me your pledge, I will tell you what I wish for. The king was completely under the control of his beloved wife and was addressed in this way. The greatly energetic one smiled a little and told Kaikeyi, O proud one, with the exception of Rama, tiger among men, do you not know that there is no other human I love more than you? O fortunate one, my heart is sinking. Energize it through your touch. O Kaikeyi, discerning this, tell me what virtuous act have you thought of? You know about your own strength. Therefore, you should not harbor any suspicions. I will do what causes you pleasure. I take a pledge on all my good deeds. Delighted at his words, she told him about the desire that was in her mind, extremely terrible, like the news of a sudden death. With Indra at the forefront, let the 30 gods progressively hear about the boons you have pledged to bestow on me. Let the moon, the sun, the sky, the planets, the night, the day, the directions, the universe, the earth, Gandharvas, Rakshasas, the roamers of the night, the living beings in the houses, the gods in houses, and all the creatures hear the words you have spoken. He does not waver from the truth. He is extremely energetic and knows about dharma. He is extremely controlled. He is granting me a boon. Let the gods hear about it. The queen seized the great archer who was ready to grant boons but had promised excessively, confounded by desire. Thereafter she spoke these words: O Lord, O great king, you had granted me two boons earlier. I am asking you to grant those to me now. Listen to my words. All the arrangements have been made for Raghava's consecration. I desire that these arrangements should be used for Bharata's consecration. Rama will become an ascetic and will reside in Dandakaranya for 14 years. He will sport matted hair and will be attired in rags and bark. Bereft of any thorns, Bharata must be made the heir apparent. Right now, I wish to see Raghava leave for the forest. The great king heard Kaikeyi's terrible words. He was distressed and lost his senses like a deer which had seen a tiger. Bereft of his senses, he sank down on the bare ground and sighed deeply. In rage, the king uttered the word shame. With his senses overtaken by sorrow, he again fell unconscious. After a long period of time, the king regained his senses but was extremely miserable. He spoke angrily to Kaikeyi as if he was going to burn her down with his sight. O cruel one, O one who is wicked in conduct, O one who destroys the lineage, what wicked act has Rama done towards you? What evil have I done? Raghava's conduct towards you has always been like that towards a mother. That being the case, why are you engaged in causing this injury to him? You entered my own house with a view to bring about my destruction. I did not know that the daughter of a king was actually a snake with virulent poison. All the living beings on earth extol Rama's qualities. What crime have I committed that I have to cast aside my beloved son? I can abandon Kausalya, Sumitra, my prosperity, and my own life. But as long as I am alive, how can I cast aside Rama, who is devoted to his father? On seeing my eldest son, I am overcome with great delight. If I do not see Rama, my consciousness is destroyed. The world can exist without a sun and crops without water. However, without Rama, there cannot be life in my body. O one who has made up her mind about something wicked, enough is enough. Cast this resolution aside. I will even touch your feet with my head. Be pacified. The Lord of the earth lamented like one without a protector. Suffering exceedingly in his heart, he fell down before the extended feet of his wife, the queen, and seized them. He embraced them like one who was afflicted. 51. 11. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಓದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿದೆ ಇದು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ 2 ಸರ್ಗ 11. The great king did not deserve to lie down in this fashion. He was like Yayati, dislodged from the world of the gods after his store of good merits had been exhausted. Kaikeyi was in the form of something unpleasant, wishing to attain an undesirable objective. She was without fear and was causing fear instead. The beautiful one asked for the boons yet again. O great king, you pride yourself on speaking the truth and being firm in your vows. Why do you then wish to refuse the boon I asked for? Thus, addressed by Kaikeyi, for a while, King Dasharatha's anger made him lose his senses. He then replied, O ignoble one, you are my enemy. When Rama, bull among men, leaves for the forest and I am dead, you will accomplish your desire. May you be happy. If I tell the truth about banishing Rama to the forest in an attempt to cause pleasure to Kaikeyi, this will not be regarded as the truth. It is certain that my infinite ill fame in this world will destroy me. His senses distracted, he lamented in this way. The sun set and night presented itself. Though it was adorned with the lunar disk, the night seemed to be afflicted. To the lamenting king, the night seemed to be dark. The aged king Dasharatha sighed long and warm sighs. With his eyes directed towards the sky, he lamented in his misery. I join my hands in salutation. I do not wish for a morning. Or pass swiftly. Dasharatha is addressing the night. I am shameless since I am beholding Kaikeyi who has brought about this great calamity. After having said this, the king joined his hands in salutation and addressed Kaikeyi in these words. O Kaikeyi, show me your favors. I am virtuous in conduct, but I am distressed. I am devoted to you, but my lifespan is over. O queen, O fortunate one, you should show me your favors, especially because I am a king. O one with the beautiful hips, everything that I have said has indeed been addressed to nothingness. O virtuous one, O child, you are kind hearted. Show me your favors. The king's coppery red eyes were full of tears and his sentiments were pure. However, she was wicked in her sentiments. Having heard the wonderful and piteous lamentations of her husband, the cruel one did not heed his words. At this, the king fell senseless again. His beloved one was not content and spoke against his words. On seeing that his son would be exiled, He was miserable and bereft of his senses, fell down on the ground. Okay, we're at 9:54. I think, yeah, good enough. Yes, so Manthara poisoning episode month finally.
I was actually thinking about
Mm.
ಈ ಉಪವಾಸ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಪಟ್ಟಾಭಿಷೇಕದ ಹಿಂದಿನ ದಿನ ರಾಮ ಸೀತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಉಪವಾಸ ಮಾಡೋದು. ವಾಟ್ ಕುಡ್ ಬಿ ದ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ದೆನ್ ಇನ್ ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ್ಲೂ ನಾವು ಉಪವಾಸದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವ್ದಾಗ ಹೋಮ ಹವನಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ತಿಂಡಿ ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋ ಮುಂಚೆ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಇದು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ. ಖಾಲಿ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ತಾಮಸಿಕ್ ಟು ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್.
Yeah, digestive process naturally will be consuming more blood and energy alwa. So adana you can redirect that blood and energy to your brain, so you're active and alert.
Also, I mean, that is true. But upavasa ega it's only become fasting. Fasting is one important part of upavasa. Upavasa in its sense means upavasa. Upa means near to something. And vasa is being. So, whatever is the activity you're taking or whatever divinity you are worshipping, whatever it is, the idea is to go closer to it, become more aware to it. So, for that, whatever helps, fasting, thinking about the deity, japa, chanting, adella ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಉಪವಾಸ ಅಂದ್ರೆ. Now it's reduced to only fasting. Fasting is an important
ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಉಪವಾಸ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಈ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
I mean, maybe, but fundamentally, maybe that person has translated it as fasting. But fundamentally, upavasa means going near.
Upavasa means to stay near, alva? Haudu.
Yeah, exactly. So fasting is an important part of it, which, as we just said, it will help us to be less tamasic and all that.
Very nice. That's a good insight. Yeah.
Actually, I was. There are two things I noticed what we read today. One thing was how Keikeyi initially she told, no, Rama is a person of dharma, he has the quality. And adadmele Manthara kind of
continued to poison her.
Fickle mind. Andre she was not sure anta. So I mean that's interesting. She first in that we have seen that she really loved Rama and everything.
Correct.
But an influence without using our own sense of critically analyzing something or anything, if we get influenced and if we have a fickle mind, then we can take some disastrous decisions. And
correct. Absolutely. So most of the conflicts that we face within ourselves, ನಾನು ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕೋ ಬೇಡವೋ, ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ, and including something like procrastinating, because recently I was doing a session on procrastination and officially. So it is a fight that is happening between the prefrontal cortex, that is the front portion of the brain, with the limbic system, which is the amygdala basically, the reptilian brain ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ. So the animal instincts na create ಮಾಡೋ portion of the brain, which is limbic system, it fights with the logical reasoning part of the brain, which is the prefrontal cortex, where memories, all of these things are stored. So I was saying that Manthara is attacking the limbic system, the animal brain. So the interesting thing is she's trying to give logic, but she's hitting the emotions. Or ರಾಮ ಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ಭರತನ್ ಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸೇ ಇರಲ್ಲ. naturally it is always the son of the eldest son of the king who becomes the next king. So ನಿನ್ನ ಮಗ ಭರತನ್ಗೆ his chance of becoming a king is completely gone ಅಂತ she is giving logic, which is on the top of it, it seems like she's addressing the prefrontal cortex, the reasoning part of the brain, but she's actually attacking the amygdala, the limbic system, which is the animalistic brain ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಆ ಅನಿಮಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಅದೊಂಥರ ತಕ್ಕಡಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ರೀಸನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ವರ್ಸಸ್ ದ ಅನಿಮಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಎರಡು ಪಕ್ಕ ಇಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಆ ಅನಿಮಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಒಂಚೂರು ಸಾರಿ, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಹೆವಿಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಡೌನ್, it's that much difficult for us to bring the reasoning part of the brain, make that heavier alva. So most often all the bad judgments, decisions, whatever that people do is because their sentiments took over, their emotions overpowered the logic alva. So I was able to see that part there mainly. So some other point put hello Rashmi.
I just had a doubt. Can we say ನೀವೀಗಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ limbic system and prefrontal cortex, yeah. Can we draw parallels with mana and buddhi, like fighting each other?
Oh yeah, of course. Okay. Manas is likes and dislikes, and buddhi is logic. Yeah, mana and buddhi. ಸೊ ಮೀ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೈನ್ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣವೂ ಒಂಥರ ದ ಮನ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೋ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾ, ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಸ್ಟೇಸ್ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿ is devoid of judgment. It does not use any bias. ಇದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು ಇದು ಕೆಟ್ಟದು ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಈಗ ಸ್ಕ್ರೂ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಒಳ್ಳೇದ, ಸ್ಕ್ರೂ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಕೆಟ್ಟದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಕ್ರೂ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಟೂಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು is ಬುದ್ಧಿ. ಅದು ಒಳ್ಳೇದ ಕೆಟ್ಟದ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಕ್ರೂ ಬಿಚ್ಚೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೂ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆಣಿ ಹೊಡಿಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹ್ಯಾಮರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು ಇಸ್ ದ ಬುದ್ಧಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾ, ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮನ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಪುಟ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ amygdala, the limbic system.
Yeah. No, but ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ?
ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಬೇಕಾ? ನಾನು ನನ್ನದು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕಾ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕೆ? ಈಗ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳೋದು, ಈಗ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಯು ಸಿ ಒನ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ವಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಸ್ವಿಚ್. Okay, you go and stop that child. So what part of your ahankara, so it is your buddhi which prompted you, go save that child, go protect the child. So al ahankara banta picture ge. I'm also trying to think, did ahankara play any role there?
Maybe like I have to go and stop them.
I want to go save the child versus the child needs to be saved. So yeah, the child needs to be saved. So that is buddhi. I want to be the one who saves the child is ahankara. Alva? So yeah. Nanu nannadu anta. Yeah. Okay.
Also the other point that I had noticed is Dasharatha. I mean, people in power, I mean, not only the king or prime minister, anyone in a small organization also, we saw how, I thought it was very, not right of Dasharatha, the initial statements he made to Kaikai, who, as a king, I feel he should not be making that statement. He said, who doesn't deserve to be killed, should I kill? Who doesn't, alva? So it's showing how much he loves her and he's ready to do injustice even though
amygdala took over.
Yeah.
His prefrontal cortex did not speak there.
Correct. Power and iroru, they should not succumb to such emotional things.
Absolutely.
But we see that is not there in Rama.
Haudu.
Clearly in any instance it's not there in Rama, even though it is there in his father in some instances.
I think as we go further, once this is communicated to Rama, ನೀನು ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ್ಲೂ we'll see how much Rama's buddhi is only active. I think throughout the Ramayana, I think what we'll start noticing going further, we can start looking at the mana buddhi chitta ahankara of Rama. That is a very good point you started. ಈಗ mana buddhi chitta ahankara of Manthara, mana buddhi chitta ahankara of Kaikeyi ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ಚಿತ್ತಾಹಂಕಾರ ಆಫ್ ದಶರಥ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದರೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಾಗ ಏನು ಪರಿಣಾಮ ಉಂಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಬ್ರಾಟ್ ಅಪ್. ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ವಿಲ್ ಕೀಪ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಯಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂತ್ ಐ ಡಿಡ್ ಒನ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಜೈನ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ, ಒಂದು keynote speech ಕರೆದಿದ್ರು ನಾನು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಐ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂರೋ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ. ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಅಂತ. ಹೌ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ರೈಟ್. ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೋ ಆ್ಯಡ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ವೀಡಿಯೋಸ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಸಿ ಆಸ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ದಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಟಾಕ್ ವಾಸ್, I introduced them to Manabuddhi Chitta Hankara and how these advertisements are influencing our Manabuddhi Chitta Hankara. Right? So, taking different examples. Like you see, take something like a Ferrari car, a supercar. They say Ferrari does not sell cars, but it sells status. Anta. Alva? So, Amazon ಏನು ಮಾರುತ್ತೆ? If you most of us have used Amazon here. What do you think Amazon is selling?
It's exporting services.
It is exporting?
I mean, it is selling its service of, bringing products.
ಹಂಗಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀವಲ್ವ ನಾವು. So when you look at it deeply, of what exactly is the benefit that the customer is getting, Amazon is selling convenience. That is what they're selling. Incidentally, there are products that are reaching from the producer to the buyer. But what Amazon is doing is it is selling you convenience. ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೆಡ್ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ನಾವು ತಂದುಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹೌಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಇಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವೇ, ಈಗ ನಾವು ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ನಿ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಸೆಲ್? ಡಿಸ್ನಿ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್, ಡಿಸ್ನಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ವೇರ್ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿ ವಾಲ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ನೀಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಥಿಂಕ್ ದೇ ಸೆಲ್?
Fun experience.
It is selling fun and memories. It is selling fun, a lot of joyful memories to children. So they are not selling any roller coaster rides, or they are not selling any Mickey Mouse hats. So they are not selling it. They are only selling memories. So Manabuddhi Chitta Hankarana tap ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. So based on the audience, based on the age group of the audience, which country they are from, ಆ ಥರ ಡೆಮೋಗ್ರಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ದೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಪಿಂಗ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬೈ ಅ BMW ಕಾರು ಅಥವಾ Mercedes Benz ಯಾರು ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋರು? Nobody will buy that car because they want this particular engine, this particular mileage ಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಂತ ಯಾರು Mercedes Benz ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ. they want to buy status. So Mercedes Benz or Ferrari or BMW, these luxury cars, they are selling status than the car itself. So Manabuddhi Chitta Hankara all the way along. So ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲೂ at different points we are letting our Manabuddhi Chitta Hankara to act in different proportions. So good, I think we have a lot of insights coming up Ramayanadalli. Okay, awesome. So we have stopped at chapter 2, subchapter 11 ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ. Next chapter 2, sarga 12. Okay, ಶಾಂತಿ ಮಂತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡ. ಓಂ ಸಹನಾ ಭವತು ಸಹನೋ ಭುನಕ್ತು ಸಹ ವೀರ್ಯಂಕರವಾವಹೈ ತೇಜಸ್ವಿನಾವಧೀತಮಸ್ತು ಮಾ ವಿದ್ವಿಷಾವಹೈ. ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ. ಸರ್ವೇ ಭವಂತು ಸುಖಿನಃ, ಸರ್ವೇ ಸಂತು ನಿರಾಮಯಾಃ, ಸರ್ವೇ ಭದ್ರಾಣಿ ಪಶ್ಯಂತು, ಮಾ ಕಶ್ಚಿತ್ ದುಃಖಭಾಗ್ ಭವೇತ್. ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ. ಅಸತೋ ಮಾ ಸದ್ಗಮಯ, ತಮಸೋ ಮಾ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರ್ಗಮಯ, ಮೃತ್ಯೋರ್ಮಾ ಅಮೃತಂಗಮಯ. ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ. लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ. All right, thank you all. See you next Thursday. Good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye bye.
Good night.
Bye.